Here at Blue Chair, we recently reached 69 subscribers, which, first of all, we want to say thank you very much for your support. Secondly, it got us thinking about the history of funny numbers. The term catch-22 refers to an impossible situation or logical one someone can't really escape from. It originates from the 1961 novel appropriately titled Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. Unlike in the novel, this military rule was never officially practiced, though I'm sure it was on the down low, just like underage drinking. The book centers around the rule Catch-22, where the protagonist runs into a dilemma. You see, in World War II, Army pilots were not allowed to fly if they were considered insane. However, the very nature to fly combat missions was, well, insane in itself. Per Army standards, an insane pilot can ask not to fly, but by asking, they demonstrate that they are sane enough to have some self-preservation. This term, of course, is the creation of Heller himself, and originally it was going to be Catch-18 until he decided on the number 22. Moving on to something a little more spicy. The number 69, nice, has been funny for a long time. Its history is a little tricky because ever since the adoption of the Arabic numeral system, it seems to have always been a dirty number, but sources are sketchy on that. The earliest record we have on 69 is detailed in the Kama Sutra, but it has no links to the number. Rather, it's called the Congress of a Crow. Honestly, I'd rather elect a crow to our Congress than most of the people in it currently. Another source we have is Théron de Méricourt's 1790 book, The Whore's Catechisms. Yeah, I had to look up how to pronounce her name, and I still think I got it wrong. De Méricourt herself had a very illustrious life of getting to know wealthy men in a more intimate sense. In her book, she associated the sex act of 69 with the number. This would later be adopted by other countries, including English-speaking ones, and now we get to know and love this silly number. Downloading a file and it's at 69%? Nice. Tomorrow's weather is predicted to be just below 70 degrees? Nice. The number itself is associated with the devil's lettuce and, of course, the era of dank meme culture. Its origins are mysterious, though, and there is one tale that sticks out. Many believe 420 to refer to the burning point of weed or how many chemicals are in it. However, the one story that 420 apparently comes from involved a group of teenagers who, in 1971, would meet after practice after school was over at 420 to smoke. They called themselves the Waldos, and some say it was because they searched for a legendary weed garden planted by a Coast Guard member that left them a treasure map to find it. It spread to national prominence after making connections with the ever-famous band The Grateful Dead. The teenagers used the phrase 420 around the band members often enough that it caught on and spread through their community and eventually the nation. Pot is celebrated internationally, though unofficially, on April 20th. Smoke up, my dudes. The number 666 can be scary to some, or cringy to others when they see it on someone's gamer tag or on a Jesse Pinkman-esque shirt. 666 is mentioned in the Bible in Revelation 13:18, pretty much saying it's the number of the beast, which most people believe refers to the devil, or some sort of representation of the doomed humanity. Most theologians agree that the number represents Emperor Nero of Rome. While Nero was a wacky little lad for many reasons, one thing the early Christians didn't like was how he treated them. One crazy thing he did was use Christian corpses as human torches at parties. I can't imagine the smell. Gross. Apparently, converting Nero's name and title, Nero Caesar, into Aramaic, the language Jesus spoke, then converting those letters into their numerical counterpart, and adding up the sum of all those numbers equals 666. I don't know, man, that sounds kind of like a stretch, but it allowed Christians to talk smack about Nero without outing themselves as Jesus worshippers. Yeah, the Romans weren't too fond of anyone who worshipped the dead guy on a stick religion. They preferred the ox blood cult and horny lightning guy. Some other scholars think that pinning 666 on Nero is a strange theory since lots of other names can be converted into the number 666 through various means, but since most agree it's Nero, we'll stick to that. Well, now you know a little bit more about certain funny numbers and how they came to be. If you have any more suggestions, please leave them down in the comments. Once again, thank you guys for subscribing. It means a lot to us here at Blue Chair. By subscribing, you help widen our audience and get more of our content out there. It's you guys who make us who we are. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later on Blue Chair. My bad, my dad called out to pause the recording. Alright.